It's official! In 2026, I'm going again all in on tennis because my dream is still alive and yep, I'm not gonna give up on it just yet. But this year, I'm gonna do things different. Very different. I'm not gonna set just one huge goal and then forget about it because I'm nowhere near reaching it. Instead, I'm gonna set a few big goals, yes, but also lots of little milestones that I'm gonna track with you to keep me motivated along the way. 2025 was not exactly my dream year, so now more than ever I need to see I'm doing progress. Or you'll just feel sorry for yourself and stop believing, right? I'm the same! Correct! Relentless, that's what I'm gonna be in 2026. Now, before getting to the exciting plans for 2026, let's do a 2025 tennis wrap-up, shall we? Because if tennis taught me anything, is that either you win or you learn. So, what did you learn this past year since you haven't won much? First, just a little context. 2024 was a pretty good year for me tennis-wise. No injuries, a ton of court time, lots of matches, even a huge milestone reached. My first ever ITF point.
No.
But I won.
Yeah, take.
Even if I went this far.
So, as you can imagine, I entered 2025 full of hope, confidence and sky-high goals. And you bet, I was determined to make them all happen, one at a time. And instead, I didn't reach a single one. Yeah, not one. No ranking goals, no tournament goal, no game goals, nothing. Not even my number one resolution for the year, which was literally don't hurt yourself too much. I've ended up skipping 8 freaking months of my year for injuries. So there you have it. Biggest fail of the year by far. But you better believe it, my 2025 had its highlights too. I got my second ITF point, reaching my best ranking of 1566 ITF. Isn't that to celebrate? It freaking is! Then I got over my number 8 UTR mark, reaching 8.05. I also played my first ever ITF main draw match, which it wasn't even in my goals because it fell so far. And drumroll please, I did serve once at 161 kilometers per hour. Can you believe? That's a pretty good speed for a mini like me, don't you think? But the biggest achievement of 2025, learning that slow but steady wins the race. Always. Ha! That was about time. Well, better late than never, I guess. Exactly. So now that I'm entering 2026 full of newly found awareness and little court time and absolutely no expectation, what are my tennis goals for the year? My one huge goal for the year is to become top 1000 ITF. That is, earning at least 5 ITF points. How do you even earn ITF points? By playing 15 and 30k ITF tournaments and making it into the final round of qualies or into the main draw starting from the qualies. Is that hard? Yes, especially because I'll be starting 2026 with 0 ITF points since I've lost my 2 hard-earned ITF points. And that will make it even more difficult for me to even just make the entry list. Oh, so that's impossible? No, of course it's not impossible. I've already earned 2 points. Why not 5? That makes sense. But that's all? Of course not. I also want to play 50 matches. You know, after playing a grand total of 15 matches during last year, I think I need to get back to a reasonable number. And to give myself the best possible chance to hit this goal, I have to keep myself healthy and injury-free and also plan my tournaments wisely, you know, with a mix of national, ITF and UTR tournaments. Then I want to raise my UTR to 8.5. UTR is a pretty good measure of your level, and I know for a fact that a low 8 like I am now is not gonna make it to main draw in ITFs, unless lightning strikes, of course. But we're not relying on that, so to achieve this, I'll have to become a little athletic beast, work on specific things that can move the needle, like my serve or my ball quality. And then I also have to play tournaments that count towards UTR. So not all tournaments count towards UTR? No, they don't. For example, national tournaments in Italy don't count towards UTR. Speaking of Italy, I also want to get my Italian ranking up to 2.6. I haven't been playing Italian tournaments in many years, and I love how tournaments work here. So I thought, why not climb the ranking while I get a ton of good matches in? And then I also want to qualify for the final tournament of the Internazionale d'Italia pre-quali circuit held in Foro Italico. Oh my god, that would be insane! Wait! What is that circuit? It's a series of tournaments played all around Italy. If you do well in those tournaments, you can qualify to the final tournament held in Foro Italico. And if you do win that, then you get wildcards in the quali of the Rome Masters.
Whoa, that's cool!
Yes, it is. But that's not all. I also want to make more than 3,000 euros playing tennis. I know, that's a lot. That's a lot more than I've ever made with tennis. But I have a plan. Playing UTR tournaments since they have prize money guaranteed, and doing well in these Italian national tournaments that offer good prize money, like for example those Rome pre-qualis.
Aha, you're ambitious, aren't you?
Yeah, a little bit. And here are the teeny tiny milestones that will keep me focused on the right things. Playing at least 3 of those Rome pre-quali tournaments for the chance to play at Foro Italico. Playing at least 5 UTR tournaments for the guaranteed match play and prize money. Playing at least 8 ITF tournaments in at least one new location, because why not explore new places while chasing those ITF points? Having at least as many fitness workouts as tennis practices in every single week, because that's how many athletic beasts are built, right? And having 2 injury prevention sessions per week every single week, because I don't want to get broken and derail my whole season once again. That's all. The plan is set. Now it's time to work, get better, and hit those little milestones.
Cool! I like it!
Me too, and I cannot wait to keep track of my progress with you, because you are subscribed, right?
Who do you think I am? Of course I'm subscribed!
Nice, I knew I could count on you. Cheers to a 2026 full of baby steps, and I'll see you in the next one.